Hello and welcome to episode 28 of Missile Industries XB Found Fairmont 351 Hardtop project. Now, this isn't going to be so much of an episode about getting stuff done on the car because not much stuff has gotten done. Still waiting on the wheels. This is Bathurst weekend, so it's not really much of an update compared to the last episode that I dropped because these are all going to happen on the same weekend. Because I spent this last week gathering things for this car, things that are hard to find and things that I need to get, namely trims for the rear window and the rear window glass. And as events transpired, I've managed to score all of those pieces this week, and there is another acquisition I'll probably mention at the end of this video for you 5 or 6 BMW guys that look at my channel. And I'll talk about that ever so briefly right at the end. So I'm on the north side of Brisbane today and I've just picked up some coupe glass. Now in the middle of the week I saw an ad pop up on Marketplace and it said XAXBXC coupe glass, 5 pieces, everything except for the windscreen, some scratches, for $250. And I looked at that and I thought, wow, that is a bargain. And I thought I won't message the guy until the weekend so I can actually do something about it. And the weekend is today. I messaged him and said, when can I come and get this and where are you? And he responded by saying, got a few things on today. When can you get here? And I said, I can probably be there by 11. It's 10 o'clock now. And he said, this is my address, I'll see you then. And by this morning he had reduced the price down to $100 for 5 pieces of bespoke coupe glass, including the rear window. And I thought to myself, man, for $100 I will drive a long way to get coupe glass. And that is what I've done. I've driven to Brackenridge, picked up the coupe glass. Now I'm on my way home, carefully, so I don't break that rear window. Now, when I drove into the guy's street, I actually recognised the property immediately because he had the coupe glass sitting hockey strapped to his front fence right in the driveway. So I went, well, that's obviously the place I need to be. I knocked on the door and the lady that answered, I said, hello, I'm here to pick up some coupe glass, and I pointed it out and said, and I think this is it right here. And she said, oh, you're my husband. He came out and he was the guy probably in his 80s, and he said, yeah, I've been holding it for a friend of mine for a long time and I'm just sick of it. So I said to my mate, what are you doing with this glass? And his mate responded, do whatever you want with it, I really don't need it. So he's got his son to put it on Marketplace and he's literally just going, get it out of my sight, I don't want it around anymore. And that's where I came in to grab it. So very pleased about that. And all I need to do now is get home without breaking it. And it's in the tray of my ute, surrounded in cushions and clothing, and my mountain bike tailgate pad, so we should be all good. But for $100 I'm willing to take the punt if the glass doesn't make it all the way home. I still have all the side window glass sitting in the back seat in its original sheaths, because I think it's reproduction. And the old guy said to me before I left, you could probably make some money on this deal if you re-advertise the pieces you don't need. And I said, yeah, maybe, but I'm a bit of a hoarder, so chances are I'm going to hang on to all of that, because you never know when you might break something, particularly side window glass. So win, absolute win. Can't believe my good fortune. almost home, and it's time very shortly to see if my $100 XB coupe rear window glass and extra pieces has survived the journey. I've driven home more gingerly than I normally would. I've avoided any speed bumps that are typically on my usual shortcut home, going the main way back to my suburb with all the rest of the international drivers. I'll be home soon. Alright, after enjoying that win with the coupe glass today, I reached out to a guy who I saw back in February for some tail light lenses, and at the time he showed me some coupe rear window chrome trims that need just a little bit of work. Now they've been for sale on Gumtree now for literally years for $2,000 for the set, and at the time I was sorely tempted to buy them, but back in February I still had 3 Fords and cash flow was obviously not as good as it is now with only 2 Fords, so I didn't do anything about buying those trims. And today, after that win with the glass, which is probably going to save me about $1,000, I've decided to go and get these 4 chrome trim pieces that do need some work, but the guy that's selling them knows a guy that does panel beating on the Sunshine Coast that he recommends to fix these trims up so they're 100%. So I said to the guy, these trims are currently listed for $1,800 right now. I said, if I give you $1,800 and you give me the name of your trim repair guy, will that be enough to get the deal over the line? And he said yes. So I'm going to his workshop on the north side to go pick them up now, and I'm going to take the Clem 7 tunnel because it's 5 o'clock in the evening and I suspect traffic will be garbage if I don't do that. Trim pieces. Now it's time to figure out how to get home through this rabbit warren of north side roads. Well, there you have it. Side window glass to suit the XB, XC, XA hardtop, and the rear window glass to suit as well. And to top it all off, I got the chrome trims to go around the window and the window rubber that goes into the back of the hardtop window rubber. So those are two major things this project lacked: the rear window trim and the rear window glass. Now, as far as I can tell, this is original hardtop glass, and from what I understand, the reproduction glass is slightly too small. So this being factory original is good news. All I need to do now is get a quality seal for it, and I'm pretty sure Astle Design has a seal kit specifically for the XABC coupe, probably because he's had the same drama finding a seal kit that actually works. Because I heard that the main brand seal kit that everyone uses, who shall remain nameless, is slightly too big. So when you go to deploy it, it doesn't quite work. It sticks out. We don't want that. So there we have it. It even says XA coupe on the glass as it sits there. Now the conundrum I have now is, where am I going to store all this stuff until I need it? And I thought about it this morning, and the shower cubicle in the granny flat that gets used once every 2 years, or for a week every 2 years, is currently vacant. So I'm going to store all my glass panels in the shower cubicle that doesn't get used unless there's a nana staying downstairs in the granny flat. So all this can go in the shower cubicle under the house, so it'll be out of the way until I need it. I should probably add that these trim pieces are by no means pristine, so they're going to need to be given to a panel beater specialist to get them back up to spec. And the guy that I bought these trim pieces off yesterday actually gave me the phone numbers and contact details of 3 different people that he uses. 2 that he rated quite highly, and 1 that he rated quite highly but said charged like a wounded bull, because I'm assuming that guy gets the majority of the work. So that's good. I'll hit one of those guys up in the time to come when this window is ready to go in. Actually probably well before that, but I just want to have these trim pieces in my hot little hands, like Gollum in that Lord of the Rings series where he goes, "My precious." Because I saw these trims back in February, and the guy showed them to me, the guy I bought all the taillight lenses off, which doesn't actually cover in this series at all. But anyway, I went to see this guy back in February to get some taillight lenses from the coupe, because his dad's built one, and it's 95% complete, and his dad's left it in this guy's garage while his dad goes off and does other things. And so his dad is selling off all the coupe parts that he doesn't need anymore, and these chrome trim pieces are some of them. Now he has a lot of goodies that he has advertised and some not advertised that I've been told about. So I knew these were available, and last time I was at the guy's place he showed them to me, and I said, oh, I'd really like to grab those, but at the time I had 3 old Fords on the go, and I really didn't want to spend the money on these chrome trims. But circumstances have changed. I only have 2 old Fords on the go now, and after I saved a bunch of money finding that XA glass back window, I thought to myself, well, I might have just saved $1,000 right here by getting this rear window, and these side windows that I don't need, I might just splash out and get those chrome trims. As long as the guy gives me details of the guys he uses for his trim restoration, which he willingly did, so that was great news. So anyway, time to put all this stuff in the downstairs bathroom. So summary time for episode 28, acquisitions. And important items have been acquired and tucked safely away for future use. Obviously I have a lot to do ahead of me yet, but I'm always looking out for parts that I will need. I should also mention there's currently a set of fully retrimmed XC hardtop front and back seats for sale on Facebook, and I looked at those good and hard, but I just can't do it. So I'll go with plan A of my seat idea, which is different seats in a retrimmed version of the back seat that I already have, but I'm not going to explore those options for quite some time. So what I'm really chasing for the exterior is some readily available trim pieces for the back of the car and some wipers. And hopefully the last episode I asked the question and you guys delivered on what particular set of hardtop wipers I actually need. So by the time this drops, I will have made arrangements to acquire those wipers. Because obviously these cars rusted out a long time ago and most of them went to scrap. And the people that have had the foresight to hang on to all those goodies all this time, clutching them like Gollum, going, my precious. They're all aging out now, and they're all thinking to themselves, well, I need to die with this stuff. As long as I die with the coupe and it gets pried from my cold dead hands, that's all I really care about. The windows, the bumpers, the tail lights, the chrome trims, I could sell all that stuff and fund my retirement. I mean, the guy that I bought the glass off yesterday, he would have been in his 80s. And the guy that I got the trims off, I think he said his dad was 88. So all these coupe guys, they're all aging out. I mean, the guy I bought the 4-speed single rail gearbox off way back early this year, he was already 74. So yeah, all these coupe enthusiasts are getting on, and the younger generation like me might not have the same affinity for these cars that they did. So I don't really consider this an investment per se, because by the time it goes on the road and I drive it around, I would say the market is going to start seeing a lot more of these cars. I'm seeing lots of project cars crop up where people have just gone, no, I don't have the resources or the time to fix this car, so I'm going to put it back on the market for 60 grand, 50 grand, 40 grand, and move on with my life. But that's not me, and this project's more of a passion project than anything else. So I'm just going to soldier on with it, because I don't want to buy somebody else's project. It's just not how I roll with Fords. So this happened this week, but a 320i automatic is still not my jam. But the guy that I bought this off had actually put a 3-litre motor out of a 330 Ci into it and a 5-speed manual gearbox. So this is a manual 3-litre BMW E46 Touring M Sport Special, and that ticks all my boxes. Great news, my wheels have arrived. Look at that deep dish goodness.